I wanted to do a short video and just talk about how the matrix around us, how that is formed. It's formed by billions of consciousnesses and thoughts creating stories and beliefs. So everybody is passing down these stories and beliefs to each other, to each family member. And as long as you decide to hold those same stories and beliefs, what that's doing is creating this and building this matrix that has all of these souls and consciousnesses creating this framework. When you wake up and you decide that you don't need to agree with or match those same beliefs that created the matrix, then you sort of move outside of the beliefs and frameworks of that matrix so that you can then rewrite your own code to then have your own framework of your matrix, which is basically you're free. You're free from the matrix. You're a free agent. You're no longer within the confines of the matrix. And so that can be like a little bit nerve-wracking and scary at first, because all of a sudden you're not following the same beliefs and storylines that you were given and attached to since you started to be able to attach to stories, from a young age to when you're older. But then when you wake up and you have your dark night of the soul, the dark night of the soul is when your ego dies, because what happens is everything you've built your life around falls apart. So let's say a breakup is probably a really big one, loss of job, maybe somebody passes away and dies in your life, and something that you've really built your ego and identity around, maybe you lose all of those. I had a breakup, a 10-year breakup, and my dad passed away, are things that are the catalysts for you to then see yourself in a new way, because all of a sudden your ego doesn't have the foundation that it once had to be able to support you, and then you have to find a new support, a new foundation, and in that moment you're able to recreate a new foundation. And so dark nights of the soul, there can be one, there can be more than one, but a lot of people on the awakening journey have one really big dark night of the soul, and that thing collapses them so that they then need to rebuild. And so what I want to say is that the matrix has its own form, but once you wake up, you're outside of that form, and what you do is you get to decide what you want to believe, what stories you want to have, what attachments you want to hold, and you can then go back to your heart and get back in touch with your inner child. And that is the part of you, when you were a young baby that was whole, didn't have any stories or attachments, and you get to basically decide what you want to build your life from. And so that's what this time is. It's a very exciting time to be here as more and more people wake up and support each other in cultivating a new paradigm. Thank you for being on the journey with me.